We are at the National Quartet Convention. Standing next to me, the members of the Blackwood Brothers Quartet. Right next to me is Jimmy Blackwood, and Jimmy, welcome to Gospel Music Today.
Thank you. It's our privilege to be here.
Now, there are some people watching this program who may not have been around 76 years ago when the original group got together. Just give me a little background of the Blackwood Brothers.
Of course, we have a great heritage. My brother Billy and I are still carrying on that family name that started in 1934. The quartet was originally from the state of Mississippi. They were just farm workers and picked cotton for a living, and God gave them a gift of song, and we've been singing somewhere for the last 76 years now.
That is amazing. I'm going to ask you to introduce the other members
All right,
of the group.
next is my brother Billy. He's 10 years younger than me. I know he doesn't look it, but he's 10.
I look 20.
Next is Mike Hammondtree. He plays the piano for us. All in the end is Randy Bird, sings the bass. Our tenor's not here right now, but we do have a great tenor singer. So we got 4 great singers and a great piano player.
You do have a great tenor, and you've got a great sound. That we really do like it. Mike's the newest guy, I guess.
Mike has just joined us this year playing the piano. First group he's ever played the piano for. He's been a minister of music for a number of years, and he and his family have worked together in ministry and singing, but this is the first quartet he's ever played for. He sounds like a seasoned professional with a quartet, but he's been involved in music all of his life. But again, first quartet, but he's doing a fabulous job.
Yeah. Describe that the Blackwood Brothers setup on stage, because it's not what's typical nowadays for a Southern Gospel quartet.
A lot of things changed over the last few years, I guess, in the way it's a production and appearance on stage and sound equipment, lighting. A lot of that issues taken into consideration. But the quartets originally just 4 guys stood there and sang on a couple of microphones. The 4 voices blended. They blended each other in and out. They didn't have anything but a piano probably for accompaniment, or maybe a guitar. And we found that there's something in that heritage, in that sound, that just really connects with people of all ages. We've had young people come see, I didn't know if I was going to like this or not. But there's something so really captivating about the sound of 4 voices together on the piano. That's what we use, just 4 guys standing there singing.
That is a great sound. Let me just get Billy over here for a little closer.
Yeah.
Now, have you been singing all this time, or were you out for a while?
Oh, well, I've only been singing with a group about a year. I've been singing since I was a kid, and actually played drums with the Blackwood Brothers back in the 70s. Was off doing a lot of other things, music ministry and serving in a church and traveling and ministering and doing some record production, songwriting, just all involved with music and always singing. But just joined the group in the fall of last year. They began to work on a new record, and I was helping to arrange the vocals, and one thing led to another, and I ended up with the group.
That is great. It's good to have the Blackwood family really represented.
Thank you.
Let me get Mike over here. How did you get connected with these guys?
Well, it was a booking that we had at my church, and they learned that I kind of played that style, and I didn't get to use that a lot, that kind of style that we use. I was in contemporary praise and worship for about 15 years. But it all just worked out, just all in God's timing, and it just like God snapped his finger, put us together, and I'm just having a ball serving the Lord, working with the Blackwood Brothers. It's been great. They were my influences, the Blackwood Brothers, the Statesmen, Stamps Quartet, Homeland Harmony, people like that growing up listening to the records. And I'm just living out a great dream, and it's been a wonderful thing, I tell you. Great to be on Gospel Music today.
Well, thank you. You look like you're having a good time.
Thank you.
That is really good. Randy, come here. How did you get started in Southern Gospel singing?
When I was 12 years old, my Sunday school teacher took me to a singing in Little Rock, Arkansas, back in the mid-'70s. And the Kingsmen Quartet came out and just tore the house down. And I looked at my buddy and said, "This is fantastic." And then these 2 old guys and 3 young guys in plaid suits walked out, and I looked at my friend and said, "This is going to be awful." But the piano player ran an arpeggio, and George Yonts started singing "There Is a Fountain Filled with Blood," and I was hooked. And I've just been pursuing it all my life, and I'm still that 12-year-old kid living a dream, and never thought I'd get to sing with the most prestigious name in gospel music. And they just treat me like a king, and I'm proud.
Well, I have to tell you, I've never seen 4 guys who look like they were having a better time doing what they're doing. It's really good. Thank you.
We are having a blast. So thank you.
Bring Jimmy in here once more. it's got to be special for you. I can even feel it to be in here in this event in this building, although it's not in the same place and it's many years later, at an event that your father started off years
The Blackwood
ago.
Brothers founded the National Quartet Convention back in the late 50s. As a kid, it was just a great time because I'd grown up around all the other quartets. Anyway, everybody was just like family. Still are. We just don't see each other quite maybe as frequently as we did back then. A lot of the groups traveled together on a pretty regular basis back in the 40s and 50s. But I grew up around that, and then just the idea of bringing everybody together. We'd worked half a dozen programs together, and 4 or 5 groups on there, and we thought it was just just an inspired thought to bring everybody together. I think it was actually J.D. Sumner's idea to do it, but he was in the Blackwood Brothers at the time, so they just got the idea, bring all the groups together 2 or 3 days, and everybody just sing. And it's grown into quite an event 50-something years later.
It sure has. Well, Jimmy and all the guys in the Blackwood Brothers Quartet, thank you very much for talking to us on
Well,
Gospel
thank you. Our
Music
privilege.
Today.
And keep watching. Keep watching Gospel Music Today.
There's more coming up on Gospel Music Today.